Hey guys, I just want to say welcome to the new channel. This channel is all about my my car, all the stuff that we're going to be doing with my car here. So, in case you guys don't know, I drive a Honda Civic SI 2015. I love this car. I just got it less than a year ago. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I love this car, and I have a lot of future mods for this car. In case you don't know, this car is a 6-speed manual vehicle, standard in all the 9th gen Civic SIs, which were started around the 9th gens would have been 2011 or 2012, sorry, 2012 to 2015, I believe. And the 9th gens are a big community within the Civics. A lot of people really enjoy them, including myself. That should be a better angle for the camera, so you're not seeing the steering wheel. I am currently heading home. I just stopped at the Walmart here to pick up a couple things. I got an oil change to do. Tomorrow afternoon, we gotta take the car to a car cruise. So there's that. Really excited for that. We're heading home. I had picked up a 16 quart oil pan like an idiot. Picked up a 16 quart and I don't know why. So I went and I returned the 16 quart and I got a 10 quart because that's all I'll need. I mean, my car only takes 4 quarts of oil. I mean, I don't need no 16 quart thing. And even if I decide to change my oil in my car and the oil in someone else's car at the same time, most modern cars only take about 5, 6 quarts. So if I do my car and someone else's car on the same day, that oil pan's not going to be completely filled. You know, it just didn't make sense to have a 16 quart pan when all I have is just a little 2-door vehicle. So yeah, I mean, this is just going to be the new channel for my car, and I'm just hoping it goes well. But on Saturday, there's a car cruise that I'm going to. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I want to make sure I get the oil change because it is a bit of a drive. It's about maybe an hour and a half for me to go to. It's going to be a good time. My buddy's going and all that, so it'll be a good time to go and hang out, have people look at our cars, look at other people's cars. You know, my car's nothing crazy right now. It's just basically just a stock car, almost stock, I guess you could say. It's got a cold air intake and a downpipe. That's about all that's noticeably done on the outside, or I guess you want to call them performance mods. I don't know, whatever you want to say. But I really enjoy driving this car. I really love that I have it. I just recently got it, like I said, not too long ago. The car's not in any bad shape by any means, but I have a lot of things planned in the future for the vehicle. I want to get, I just want to do a lot of things, make the car my own. You know, there's some maintenance stuff I want to get done. Like I need to get the window, the windshield, and the back windscreen, and you get those redone because the sealant that was done underneath of them isn't holding together too well. I don't know if they were replaced at one point and they want to cheap, the owner before me went a cheap route with it. I'm not sure. I also want to redo the lovely sunroof here. I want to get basically a new window there because there's a little bit of rust on the inside part of the window, and the rubbering just seems to be kind of lifting. But I've seen it in other Civics too. I'm not sure if it's just like a 9th gen thing. We'll find out. A little bit with it. I did new weather stripping on the driver and passenger side windows. I did have to get a new mirror at one point. I'll put a picture here of what happened to the old mirror. I basically got pushed out of my lane when driving on the interstate, and a truck kind of merged into my lane while I was next to him, like a semi-truck, and it pushed me kind of out of my lane and wound up causing me to kind of scoot over. And right before I beat my horn at him, he got back over, but it was too late for me to get over, and I hit a cone from the construction, hit my mirror, and completely took it off. So we had to I decided to get a new mirror, and they don't sell mirrors pre-painted for this vehicle, so I had to go and get a mirror online and then buy the paint match it, all that fun stuff. But other than that, I mean, little maintenance stuff, done my oil changes. The rims were coated in like a black hyper dip, and I'm currently in the process of removing that from the rims to reveal the original, like, kind of silvery black SI blades that are usually on the vehicles. A lot of other stuff I want to get done. I'm going to get a new shifter, shift collar put in, because the one that's in here is also aftermarket, but the collar's kind of broken, so the boot falls down, and a little frustrating. I'm going to get that fixed up. I do have to get new weather stripping again for the driver's side, because I bought WeatherTech rain guards, and they have kind of attacked the weather stripping on the driver's side when trying to put them in. So I'm going to have to get new new weather stripping there, so I can put the rain guards back on the driver's side. We have the passenger side one on, and it's holding pretty good. But it was put on today, so I'm going to try and roll my windows down tomorrow, see what it does, see how well it holds. Fingers crossed that it does good, but you never know with this aftermarket kind of stuff. I do like WeatherTech. I have their floor mats in the front and the back seat, and then I have a cargo trunk liner and the cargo holders. So all in all, pretty good on that end. I like WeatherTech, like the stuff, they're doing good work. But tomorrow we're gonna take the floor mats out, we're gonna hose them down, we're gonna clean them up, we're gonna vacuum up the floors, vacuum off the seats, make it look nice and spiffy inside a little bit in the morning, and then we're gonna go ahead and in the afternoon we're gonna do oil change, and we're going to take the car, get a car wash, get a nice little wash done, get her nice and cleaned up. Bunch of plans though. I'm gonna do new radio and new speakers throughout the whole car, replace every speaker, get a new radio head unit. I have a sub in the trunk with an amp to it. Doesn't have any power issues. I'm glad, I'm lucky, I love that. But all in all, there's not a whole lot to be needed done. But there's a few things that I'm going to get done. Like I need to do paint touch up around the whole car. I have a place I can go and get that checked out, see what they'll quote me for it. All in all, there's just a lot to do and get done. But all in all, I'm really excited for the project of this car, and I just wanted to create a channel to bring you all along with it. Because at the end of the day, what good is having a car you're working on if you can't share that with people? And that's just what I want to do. I just want to share it with some people who might have a similar interest in this kind of car, or just have an interest in watching car projects get done. But all in all, it's a good time. I'm really excited for this project to see where it takes me. And yeah, I mean, I'll be posting videos when we're at the car meet. There's also a link to the Instagram for my car to keep with updates on projects and stuff down below in the description. It'll be the Civic SI. I know it's a little corny, whatever. I like the name. I named this car when I first got it, and I've been loving it since. But yeah, no, all in all, I love this car. I'm really excited to see how things go as things progress. And if you hate on some of my upgrades, that's cool. That's all you. I don't care. I love my car, and I'm going to make it my very own. by, doing my own thing with it, how I like to do. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm not going to change what I like about my car because what you say. But all in all, there's a lot to be done. Exhaust work, I want to get done there. I want to get a carbon fiber hood going. Gotta get my rain guards on. I got one on, and it looks kind of dumb with just one, but I'm gonna rock it because can't do the driver one yet until I replace that weather strip in, and I gotta wait till next paycheck to get that because it's about $60. I do want to get the sunroof done, a new window in there. I want to do the front and back windows, get those fixed up because they look like garbage right now. The doors, I have big plans. I want to do butterfly wing doors. I know a lot of you are like, oh, that's so stupid. Don't do that. My thing is you may think it's stupid, but for me, it's a very interesting idea. And it's my car again, so if it's going to be my build, I'm going to do what I like for it. And the butterfly wing doors, I think, will look good. Since I have the coupe version of the car, I think the butterfly doors will look good because they're already pretty long doors. And my car is lowered. Not by choice, the previous owner had it and he lowered it, and it's not too terribly a low height. I can get around a lot of areas where I live with it, and that's fine. But when I park next to a curb or something, I have a big fear of I'm just gonna slam my door into a curb or scrape on it. So I think the butterfly wing doors will help with that. They'll come out a little bit, they'll go up. I think it'll look good. I think they'll be sick. I like that idea. That's a future thing. Once I do the doors, I want to get tint done. I might do tint before, but then I'd have to retint everything again. But all in all, I'm really excited. It's already got LED headlights. It's got good tail lights going. I'm gonna do the interior lights, gonna get LEDs done. The roof, I want to do a starlight roof all around. I love that look. I want to do it real bad. But yeah, all in all, we have a lot to get done, a lot to do. So as we are home now, and I'm getting out of the car here. I probably should have put my window up. Hold on. I forgot to put my window up. Okay, window's up. Car's off. Getting out. I'll show you guys the car. It is a beauty. I love her to death. She's absolutely gorgeous. That's the tail. And you come around. Side here. These long doors for the coupe. This is the mirror that got redone. It's a beauty now. Love it. In the front of the car up here, right in here, you can see these headlights. They're a little grimy. I don't know if you can see it on camera that well. They're a little grimy. We're gonna get those touched back up. Make them look a little better. These headlights are just not the greatest. But all in all, I mean, this car is just an absolute beauty. And I love it, driving it so much. You got the SI badge right up here. Yeah. And I also got the 6-speed manual. Gotta have it. I learned to drive manual on this car. I didn't have a whole lot of manual experience growing up. My dad had a manual truck when I was young, but I mean, all in all, I didn't get to drive that all that much because I was young. So we decided to, by the time I was old enough to kind of understand driving and get kind of the used to that idea, he wound up selling the car. So, or the truck, I mean. And so, I didn't really have much manual experience growing up. My mom always drove automatic cars. My dad never got another manual truck. So, all in all, we just kind of, doing our thing. And first time driving manual was in my buddy's 2020 Subaru BRZ. Love that car. That car was so fun to first time sit in. The whole experience was so funny and crazy because it was the first time meeting these guys, my current friend group of us that really enjoy cars, and we get around to kind of check out cars and go to car meets and stuff together. He was like, he came over, and I was in college at the time, and they all came over. They're all checking out each other's cars at the top lot. And my buddy I was friends with at college, he was like, hey, you got to come up here. We're all hanging out. So I rode up. I had a little Razor MX 650. If you don't know what those are, I'll put a picture right here. But I had one of those, and it's a little electric razor mini bike, and I love that thing. And so I wound up taking that thing up the hill of campus, got all the way to the top, and they were up there running, checking out their cars and stuff. It was my first day meeting this guy, and he's like, hey, you want to try to drive my car? I thought I was joking. I was like, no, I can't. Like, I would stall it, I'd break it, I know it's a manual. And he goes, all right, man, no pressure, I'm gonna pressure you into it. And so he goes, and we're talking and stuff, and I said something, I was like, yeah, I don't think I can even fit in your car. And he looks at me and he goes, well, come on, let's find out. Let's have you go sit down. So he goes and he opens the driver's side door and he scoots the seat all the way back. He goes, go ahead, sit down. And I sat down the seat, and he goes, all right, now hang on. And he closes the door and he goes onto the passenger side and he sits down. And he goes, all right, so what you're gonna do is you put your foot on the clutch and you hit the start button. I was like, okay, weird. So I went and I did that, and I went and I put my foot on the clutch and I hit the start button. Car starts up, modified exhaust, whole 9 yards. Sounds great. Comes on, and he's like, all right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the clutch in, you're gonna put it first, and we're gonna take it around the lot. And I said, I'm gonna what? And he goes, yeah, you're gonna do it. And I was like, I guess I'm doing it. So that's what I did. I put the clutch in, put it in first, and I went around, and I didn't stall it. I put it in first, and like 4 other guys are standing there, they're all talking, they're like, oh, he's gonna stall. Put it in first, and I drove around, they're like, yeah, they're cheering me on. I'm doing great. And he goes, all right, so you're getting up in higher RPMs, you need to switch into second. I have no manual experience. I don't know. I knew the shift patterns, but I was so panicked to be driving someone else's car that was a manual after never driving manual in my life that he goes, put it in second. And I pulled it out of first and I put it up into third. And he goes, well, you skipped second, but that's okay. It'll buff. I'm like, oh no, I'm so sorry. And he goes, all good. And he goes, all right, so now you're slowing down because you're going to come turn, you're going to go into park. I need you to come out of third. And how to clutch in, you're going to go out of third, and you're going to go into second. And I go, okay. And I come out of third, and again, I pull it out of third, and I go over, up, into first again. And he goes, you are not good at that second gear. You just hate it. And I'm like, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. He goes, no, you're fine. It's cool. And so, whatever. When we get done with that, I get out, and I park it without stalling it. We do great. I get out, and they're like so impressed. They're like, holy cow, you've never driven manual before. And I fell in love with driving manual that day. Like, I knew I wanted a manual car. And then my buddies wanted me getting a 2015 Civic Si before I went to college, or sometime I was in college, I believe. And they wanted getting one. And I rode in their car, and I really liked it. Like, I loved their car. And so I went and I was looking around for one. I spent a lot of time looking for one, spent a lot of time digging, a lot of time doing all that stuff, and wound up absolutely falling in love with their car, and I wanted one. And I was in college, I was looking for one, my buddies knew I was looking for one, and we're sitting on the couch one day talking, and he comes up to me and he says, dude, you gotta check out this marketplace listing. And I go, all right, because that's where we've been looking, marketplace, used car websites, stuff like that, see what comes on the lot. And it comes up, and it's a 2015 Civic Si with less than 100,000. It's 71,000 miles on it. And my heart skipped a beat, because in my time of searching, I hadn't found a 2015 with less than 100,000 miles. I couldn't find one. It just wasn't happening. And so finally, I was like kind of giving up, kind of getting over it. My buddy goes, check this out. It's what you want. And I'm looking for a good price, and it pulls up. And it's just around $20,000. It's 71,000 miles. It's a 15. It's an SI. He goes, it's what you want. And I'm like, you're right. And he goes, crazy enough, this is at a shop lot, and I know where this shop is. We can go and check this out. Go look at it in a couple days, and then if you like it, tell them to hold it for you, and we'll get you set up to get this car. And I said, all right, yeah, let's do it. So we drove out to this dealership, this shop lot. I don't know what you want to call it. And we went in, and basically went there, and it was like cold out, because it's still kind of winter time, coming out of winter area, so it's still pretty cold out. And I went, and I looked at the car and I fell in love with this car, this white Honda Civic SI 2015. Fell in love with it. And so while we're looking at it, I'm taking a couple pictures of it, getting an idea for it. The guy who's trying to sell the car comes out. He starts talking to me. He's asking me my name. He goes, he's like, how old are you? Where you from? And I'm like, I'm going to college down in the area, just about an hour away from here. He goes, all right, cool, that's great. And I go, I really like this car. I'm really thinking about it. I know I want a Civic Si. I want a 15. They're great cars. He goes, that's cool. Let's do it. I'm like, I gotta talk to mom, clear everything up with her because, gotta clear things with mom. I'm in college. I'm still pretty young in consideration. So I'm like, I gotta talk to her and see what she says, because she says, no, I can't get the car. I'm not gonna be able to get it. That's just how it is. And he said, yeah, that's cool. Well, you talk to mom and then let us know. So I talked to my mom about it, and she wasn't thrilled. She knew I wanted it, but she was like, you don't need a race car, blah, blah, blah. And they're not race cars. They're slow. They're not race cars. But she wanted me to get something different, something more reliable. And I said, Mom, there's nothing more reliable than Honda Civic, and there's nothing more fun than a Civic Si in the Honda range. Other than the NSX, whole different breed. I believe it's NRX, or I'm going to put a picture of what I'm talking about because I can't remember what they're called. The NSX and the Honda Civic Type Rs are, by all means, like the most fun you can have in a Honda vehicle, in my opinion, because those cars are insane. Love those cars. If I could have gotten a Type R, which this place had a couple 15 Type Rs in their lot, I believe, when I was there, and they were $50,000, and I just didn't have that money. But yeah, super excited for this build. Super excited for this channel. If you do like Honda Civic SIs, any generation, that's cool. You should follow me. Let me know what you drive. But all in all, just want to have you guys along for this journey of this process of the mods for Si here. So please do leave in the comments what you think I should do. But if you're going to hate on the car, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not even going to read it. Because honestly, it's my build. This car is going to be an extension of my personality. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch. But I'm just kind of here to share my love with these 9th gen Civics just as much as anyone else. So please do subscribe down below. Check out the Instagram. Follow that. All in all, just stay safe out there. Drive safe. Have fun. And let me know what you want to see down below. See you guys. And now I have the car. And now it's the drive home for this car. With this car. Not home. The drive back to college with this car. So I go to leave and the guy he said, hey, let me go get you $20 from the safe for you to put in that car, because it's getting low on gas, but we're going to give you enough so you can get home. I said, I got you. So he went and got me money. So I was going to leave. And then you take pictures of the car, you go to pull out, and I go to clutch out and to take the car off the lot, and I stall the crap out of this car. Like, so hard. Like, the hardest stall I think anyone's ever done in their life. And the guy who sold me the car is still standing there, and he goes, come on, Zach, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm trying. And so the second time I get it going, it's a little rough, we get moving. We come out the lot, we make a turn. Immediately, you come off this lot, and you are on the highway. Like, basically, you come out this parking lot, like, the lot is on this, like, little back road. You come on the back road, and you make a left, and it's not even, like, 20 feet. It's, like, less than 10 feet, and boom, you're at a stop sign, you're turning onto the highway to go. So, of course, we get on the highway, and I'm trying to go. I'm like, don't stall. I make the turn, I go. I wound up stalling this car. I believe it was 7 or 8 times just on the way home from picking it up. And finally, we get to the sheets, and I park it to a gas tank, and I'm like, I'm going to put some gas in. But I'm terrified because I don't want to pull up to the parking spot so that the guy behind me can get gas while everyone goes inside to use the bathroom. And my buddy goes, it's cool. I drive manual a lot. I know a lot about manual cars. I can drive it for you. I can pull it up. I said, great, please do. So he goes up, pulls it up, for me, and I'm like, I'm like, don't crash my car, don't crash my car, don't crash my car. But I'm also like, thank you for doing this because I don't want to crash my car. So he pulls it up, he gets out, he puts the parking brake up, gets out. I'm like, oh, cool, like, good, we're good. And everyone goes to the bathroom, gets a drink, whatever, and we get back on the road. And so from the lot to the sheets, I think I stalled twice, or once or twice, and then from the sheets back to school, which is like a 50-minute drive, I wound up stalling, I think it was 7 times, because there were so many red lights and hills. And this is my first time driving a manual car, so of course at every red light I went to go and I stalled, and on every hill I went to go and I wound up rolling back and stalling. So needless to say, we get it back to campus. I get out and I'm just so happy I own this car, like so happy. And we do our thing, we get some pictures, and all in all, like, this whole car has just been an experience, and I'm so happy to have it, and I'm so happy to share the experience of the build with you guys. I think it's gonna be great.